Hi, everybody. Bonjour tout le monde. I'm DJ Hopkins. I'm a professor at San Diego State University. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm recording this video introduction on Kumeyaay land here in Southern California. I'm leading the DHSI course, Teaching AI Literacy, in week 1 of the 2026 Institute. All are welcome, though this course might be optimal for faculty who will be teaching again in the near future and for DH librarians who may themselves teach from time to time, or may find themselves talking with students and faculty about how best to navigate our AI impacted classrooms. The impetus for this course came out of attending DHSI last year. There were few courses in 2025 that directly dealt with generative AI, but I found that on every break, at every lunch, I was sitting with people who wanted to talk about generative AI. It was the chit chat of the year. Everyone wanted to share a generative AI horror story from some class they taught, or wanted to come over and join us to talk about some new assignment that was working well or some solution they found. But ultimately, generative AI was the subject that everyone wanted to talk about in between the classes they were actually taking. So this course acknowledges the disruption that many faculty are experiencing. And I know that at a lot of institutions, faculty feel pressure to integrate generative AI in their classes. And at the same time, many faculty don't want to do that, but don't know what else to do. So they ban AI altogether and then never talk about it again. Now, I know that probably isn't you. But the instructor who says, do whatever you want, and the instructor who bans AI altogether have one thing in common. They're not teaching AI literacy. They're not helping their students navigate the changing landscape of higher education. To be clear, I'm no cheerleader for generative AI products. I'm more of an AI decelerator. So this DHSI course is going to take a human-centered approach to the subject, meaning I always hold space for people who want to opt out, who don't want to adopt these AI tools. At the same time, I acknowledge that many of my colleagues are going to need to upskill and think about new ways to engage their students in AI impacted classes. So this course is designed to be practical and collaborative. Theory will meet practice every day. There'll be a bit of prep, a lot of discussion, followed by hands-on activities, all with the goal of developing concepts and practices that you can apply directly to your next class. So, yes, we will be exploring some of the affordances of generative AI apps, but from a techno-skeptical stance. I take a teaching first approach to the subject of generative AI in the classroom, and that means that we'll be finding pedagogical solutions rather than technological ones. I want everybody to leave the class with a handful of concrete artifacts, multiple AI literacy frameworks to think about, choose from, mix and match, redesigned assignments, reevaluated learning outcomes from specific classes, instructional practices to enhance student engagement, maybe even mitigate misuse of generative AI, a collaborative bibliography of resources related to DH pedagogy, generative AI, AI literacy. And most important, I hope you'll leave the course feeling that you've become part of a community of colleagues, all of whom are wrestling with the same challenges and questions that you are. So join me at DHSI 2026 for teaching AI literacy. I look forward to seeing you in Montreal in June. A bientôt.